早急に取り掛かるぞ。
East 1. The Dora is the 2 of cracks. The player is West. How does this starting hand look to you?
A quick tenpai is very much in the cards here.
Let's see how this battle unfolds. The player is already 1 tile to tenpai.
This hand is very near completion.
The perfect tile.
Reach.
There it is. Reach.
That is a very confident reach.
The player on the left decides to match the player's discard. Who will come out on top in this confrontation? The player across is on the defense against the player's... Oh my! Sumo on a very thin draw.
Takes the lead in the race. The player
takes a modest lead. East 2. The Dora is south. The player is south. The player went for a quick finish last hand.
taking a modest lead with that one.
This is not an easy spot to work around. Who's going to make the first call here? This table is so quiet I could hear a pin drop. The player, 2 tiles to Tenpai.
This hand is really beginning to come together.
Things are at a standstill. Another useless draw. Any calls on this? Took a pass for now. The air is tense as the players take their turns. How are the players going to approach this hand? No one dares to make the first move. What to do with still holding back? The air is very tense at this moment. Have things calmed down for the moment? The player is still no calls. Look at that Dora! The player, 1 tile to Tenpai.
It's important to find the best possible weight.
The player on the right discards another dot. Look at that!
Reach.
Hanemon Tenpai! Is this hand going to end quietly? The player on the right decides to match the player's discard. The player on the right is on the defense against the player's reach. The player on the left is playing cautious. The player! Can this hand withstand the heat?
The player across the table won't be taking risks here. The player on the right is assuming that it's an open weight.
The player across, and there we have the first call. Nobody wins this shootout.
Two players are tenpai.
East 3, one counter. The Dora is the 9 of cracks. The player is East. The player is in the lead, at least for the moment.
Hopefully this will end without any incidents.
The stage is set. Anything can happen. Any calls on took a pass for now. Draws yet another simple. Who's going to make the first call here? What to do with this still holding back? Another useless draw. This table is so quiet I could hear a pin drop. Things are at a standstill. The player, still no calls. The player, one tile to tenpai.
Certain tiles will fit right into this hand. Others will gradually transform it.
The air reach. My, oh my, and there's the beach!
I'm curious to see if this develops into a confrontation.
Question is, can the players survive this situation? Oh wow, and there's a call. Following suit on that last discard. Ah, gee! The player on the right. What an incredible win off the wall!
With a fine play, no doubt about
it. East 4. The Dora is the 6 of Bams. The player is North. Heading into the final hand of the match.
The player will win with a mangan off the player on the right.
Well, it's hard to know just how this will turn out. The player, already 2 tiles to tenpai.
The cracks are really coming together.
What's going to happen to this score gap? The player is already 1 tile to tenpai.
This hand is very near completion.
The player on the right already calls a second meld. Any calls on this took a pass for now. What to do with this time still holding back? The player, is there any way to turn the tables here?
G.
The player on the right, here we have a chi.
Wrong.
There it is! I hear a roan!
With a fine play, no doubt about it.
初ドラドラワンラン。
全然なってない。すべてやり直せ。